In this multi-part series, we are going to work and problem solve together to build a fantastic mobile application design that has a nice look and feel, but contains important features that you would typically see in any mobile application. So if you're serious about developing your own mobile application and you learn by doing at a nice steady pace, this is a fantastic series to build your skills. So no coding or design skills are needed to follow along. I'll explain and show you everything you need to build this example application. So the skills that you acquire can then be used again and again to design and build your next mobile application project. And then in a future series, we will build a more self-contained mobile app that you can then progress right the way through to the Google Play and Apple stores for users to download and use. So I put this series together aimed at absolute beginners to mobile application construction, but of course if you've dabbled in this space before and you're looking to bring your skills a little bit more up to date, then this is definitely also the course for you as well. So with all my content on my channel, this is how I'm going to rate it. So this particular course is for absolute beginners. The pace is going to be pretty slow, and the type of course that this is going to be a walkthrough. So everything that you see that I'm constructing on screen, you should be able to follow along as well and see exactly the same results. So let me introduce you then to the mobile application that we are going to design and build together. So this particular application we're going to design in a no-code development tool called Flutterflow. It's absolutely free to use. It's going to at least give you all the skills that you need ready to empower you to kind of move to the next level of your mobile application development. So this particular tool is called a YouTube searcher app. It's really, really simple in function, but contains some really important concepts which you would utilize in your own builds going forward. Now the key features are, so we have 3 pages within inside this application. We have the home screen, we have the video detail screen, which includes further videos from the author. We also have a search screen, which has a number of features, including showing the history of the previous searches that we've done. We'll be able to delete those search terms, and we'll also be able to mark them as favorite as well. And the idea of that is that when we then go back into the application from cold, it will then perform a search straight away and then show you the term or the results of the term that we put in and we marked as a favorite. So to make all this happen, we're going to need to use some tools along the way, and most of our time we're going to be spending in Flutterflow. Flutterflow is a fantastic no-code design environment that's going to allow us to kind of construct our mobile application design. And we're also going to be using some other services. Postman, for example, is one that we're going to use. If you're not familiar with Postman, what that's going to allow us to do is going to allow us to have a look at the data a little bit more closely that we're going to be pulling into our Flutterflow application. We're also going to be using a couple of other websites. We're going to be looking at Lottie animations. If you're not familiar with Lottie animations, then we're going to want to add a little bit more visual pizzazz into our application. We're also going to look at some other more inspirational websites, which I use very, very frequently when I'm looking at design inspiration, or maybe I'm looking to construct my next mobile app. I very much like to see the magic and the power of looking at other designs as well to kind of inspire me to put into my own applications as well. So we're going to walk right the way through that. That's going to lead us on to then the construction of our YouTube searching mobile application. So some of the learning topics then that we're going to cover in this particular series. So the first part to it is I'm going to give you a bit of a guided tour to some inspiration. Okay, we're going to have a look at some websites. It's going to kind of start to steer us in the direction of our own design of our own application. So next up, we're going to then break down the idea into manageable chunks. So firstly, we're going to work out kind of what screens we need in our application. Once we've got that, we're then going to look at our inspiration again, and we're going to see how we can draw the best of those ideas actually into our own application in terms of what we need, what we don't need. We're also going to look at, is there any elements of our application which is common, anything at all that we can kind of reuse again and again and again, which might save us a little bit of time down the road. And we're also going to learn a lot about how we can deconstruct those elements and then reconstruct those, or get them ready to be reconstructed actually within inside the Flutterflow no-code design tool. Next up, we then need to consider the tools that we're going to be using to build the application. So in this particular series, I've already mentioned a few that we're going to be using. All of these are free. Of course, though, with any development, it's likely that some point down the road, there will be cost associated with moving your application through to the latter part of publishing it to the mobile stores. So just bear that one in mind as well. So next up, we've got the tools. We now need to put them into practice. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build the application completely from a blank canvas. I'm going to provide all the assets that you need in order to download and to use our application. We're going to walk through the complete process together. Of course, we're going to probably make some mistakes along the way, but why not? That's what it's all about. We can problem solve together. I really do hope you enjoy this series. It's really enjoyable to be able to put these applications together for you to kind of help you learning. Please do hit the like and please really do hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be so much more content coming from this channel. So without further ado, let's get cracking and let's look at the inspiration that's going to lead us onto the build of our application.